All right, it looks like everybody from on the walls there ran inside of this shop that I need to not ever be without a shopkeeper. So everybody inside, quick. Not you, Gertie. Not you, Gertie. What? Really? You're just gonna do business with these? I mean, whatever, man. I guess money's money. All right, hold on. Whoa. All right, we are back in Kenshi with Quill and Temperance and their team. In the last episode, these guys came out to this lost and ancient ruin, the final ruin left for them to raid in Shun, and raid it they did. The team battled a whole gaggle of skin and blood spiders, but they came away victorious, and now their packs are laden with treasures. And in today's episode, we are going to be taking those treasures back towards the outpost. We have a very particular mission in mind, at least at the outset of this episode. I've mentioned in previous episodes that the very next thing these guys are going to do is probably turn their eyes towards longer journeys. We've got an ancient ruin that is not too far outside of Shun that we definitely know of, and maybe we'll discover more along the way, who knows? And then once that is done, it's very likely these guys might want to start making connections with known tech hunter enclaves. But to do that, we need to be able to support longer journeys away from society, especially in the manner in which I am playing. Zoomed in and without the ability to click on the map, these guys need to make sure that they are properly packed for the unknown. And so what we're going to do is we're going to head back towards the base, but we are going to pass Drifter's Last. My modded version of Drifter's Last has 2 animal stores, 2 farm shops, and we are going to see about picking up a pack animal if we can. I've got my fingers crossed, but we will likely pick up an animal and a backpack and then load it down, and know that we can also then come back with that very pack bowl loaded up with some of the types of things we've been leaving on the table. Like, we're leaving stuff in here today. There's presses and gears. There's all sorts of stuff around here. Ooh, there's a book over here. We will grab that for sure. But there's a whole bunch of stuff. We could probably grab a bunch of the stuff if we had a pack animal. So that's the deal, and we are ready to jump in. And as we are going to jump in, there is a tech hunter wandering through here. Let's see if we can splint his injuries. I don't have a splint kit. How about you guys? Hammett and Temperance on the way. Nice. Look at that. You're welcome, sir. Tell all your friends how good we are to our fellow tech hunters. What are you doing? Why are you coming over here? Oh, Jesus. Tell me, you scared me. Where's he going? Are you following us? No, I think he's going in here. All right, we're burning daylight. We're going to let him do that. Yeah, is he going in there? Sorry, you're going to find it's mostly empty. All right, let's get out of here. All right, we are on the coast. I said I was going to grab a book. Ooh, there's a skeleton repair kit, too. We'll grab that as well. Tell me, why don't you grab that? And, Quill, you grab the book. We're going to follow the coast back down to the other abandoned village. It's the easiest thing for us to do in this case. I don't want to miss anything, and we want to move relatively quickly. There's a lot of skin spiders around here, so we may get blown off course, but that's the plan for now. The tech hunter just opened that door. I wanted to leave it closed, but I don't want to run afoul of him. If he wants it open, he can have it open. He's much more powerful than we are. He's also an official tech hunter, very connected. We don't need to... Ooh. Speaking of skin spiders, there's one right there. So I think we're going to try to move off away from the skin spiders without fighting them. There's no need to spend the bolts. I don't know what he's doing. He's patrolling, but he's just standing there. So I think I mentioned in the last episode, I updated my UI after getting a mod that will block the arrows that point at people that are looking at you. I also removed those eyeballs. But then I went back in and I also removed the ability for the cursor to turn red on enemies. We'll see how that works out. I might not stick with that. That could be a bridge too far, but it was really particularly after playing the last episode where there was all the blood spiders in the grasses and I couldn't see them. But all you had to do was like wave your cursor back and forth until it turns red. And you know, maybe you can assume that as a contrivance of, you know, your character is keen enough to be able to see them. You, the player, just didn't happen to notice. But that's kind of one of the things I find fun about games like this, is like actually having to pay attention to that kind of stuff. So my cursor will not turn red on enemies now. Which, like I said, that could get a little dicey as we start dealing with other factions, humanoids. People we won't know whether they're hostile until we get up nice and close to them. That could be very dangerous, but I also am kind of feeling like that could be fun. I'm more worried about... Tommy says, to the abyss with this wind. All right, Tommy. Yeah, I'm more worried about mistaking someone who is near to friendly as an enemy, so it shouldn't be a problem, but it could. We'll see. For now, I am enjoying it. So there are two, if I recall correctly, we spent a lot of time in Drifter's Last, and if I recall correctly, there are at least two, oh, Jesus, Garru. You didn't get me, Garru. Haha. There are at least two farm shops in Drifter's Last, and they should sell animals. And hopefully we can get at least a pack bull or a garru / pack beast, but I have a special mod that adds lanterns to pack bulls, so either way we're good. Otherwise it would have to be a pack beast, because the pack beast / garru, I think they're pack beasts when they're nomads. I think you buy a garru. But there's a critically injured Gorillo. I don't need anything from you, Gorillo, so we're gonna leave you alone. But yeah, the backpack for the garru comes with a lantern, which is very important in this particular modded Kenshi. We need lanterns, but we should be fine either way. As long as they have more than dogs and goats, we're okay. But it will be very interesting because an animal's going to move slower. An animal is going to be a target for attack. And I have a mod that stops me from being able to pick up animals. I find it kind of ludicrous, just in general, that you can lift up an animal that weighs as much as a minivan in this game. There is another Gorillo out there who might move faster. We gotta watch out for that. I very carelessly walked past that Gorillo because I saw that his legs were injured, so I wasn't too worried about it. But that guy out there will probably move at a good speed, and there's no real reason for us to spend the bolts right now. But yeah, so it should be very interesting when we get out of areas that we know to be generally safe. There's no such thing as safe in Kenshi, but I mean, we're walking through here pretty brazenly. There's skin spiders and gorillas, but I'm not too worried about it. Oh, somebody saw us. The Gorillo. We're going to have to fight him. He's going to move too fast, and it's going to be a problem. Let's stop right there. Let's make sure that Hammett is not attacking in line with anybody. And there we go. Fire. Fire. Ooh, nice. Did you get his legs? You got his arm. He's still coming. Get a leg, get a leg, get a head. Ahead? Whoa, Jesus. Oh, boy. Too close. Too close for comfort. Let's back up. Let's back up to this hill. Oh, he's really gunning it, huh? Oh, skin spiders. Damn it. This is why. This is why I don't stop the fight. Not just you, Will. Everybody. Group up. And go. Man. Oh, the camp is getting attacked. Never make plans in Kenshi, because this is what happens. We're going to run for the top of this hill. And if we can get some distance on this guy, we'll turn around and fight him. This is actually some good distance. We might stop when we get a little bit of distance here. We're going to have to let the camp fend for itself. This is not the time to step away from these guys. We need a nice moment where we can say, meanwhile, at the camp. And this ain't it. Oh, Tommy, that's fine. Temperance, you stand over here. Hammett, you stand right here. And let's just watch. Is he coming? Oh, I don't think he is. Oh, he turned off. Alright. I'm not concerned about it. We're gonna go get these guys into a better spot, and we might go check on the camp. Karthikeyan, again, is being singled out, huh? Who's coming for Karthikeyan? Karthikeyan, why don't you go trade with Tetsuya? We'll just make sure you're okay. He'll be fine. He's got nothing to haul right now, clearly. He was just standing at the fire. Nothing to haul, nothing to cut, so we'll set him to run inside, and he should be fine. Just wanted to make sure that the base was not being raided. Not like we'd really be able to do anything about it right now, but good to know that it's not. So we should be able to hit Drifter's Last pretty early in the day. There is a skin spider directly in front of us. We're going to keep it towards the coast just so we can keep our bearings. The skin spider might see us, but it does look like there's just one. Just making sure he's not ahead of any friends off to the right. He's just there by himself, and I don't even think he saw us. Good. We would certainly take him down if we need to, but like I said, no reason to spend the bolts. We don't get anything necessarily good off of them. We've got plenty of rancid meat and spider meat of all kinds, so we've got plenty of food to fill a possible animal's backpack. In addition to the fact that Tommy seems to have a taste for these these foul meats. We won't judge him. We will only judge him to say that he is a damned MVP. I'm sure these guys were patting him on the back as they settled in for the night, because he basically carried these guys last time. Ooh, there are garru fighting skin spiders out there. Yeah, he went from being the absolute worst crossbowman to... not bad. He's not the best on the team, that's for dang sure, but he's not bad. That was a good come-up. Good job, Tommy. Alright, we are going to break right at the next fork in the river. Oh, and look at that. The garru split up from the skin spiders, and the skin spiders carried on. Alright, we'll stay on the side of the river for now. I was gonna anyway. We'll come up high over here and make sure we don't come face to face with skin spiders. Look at me, tempting fate. You know, maybe if we pick up a garru, it'll ingratiate us to the roaming hordes. They'll stop jump scaring us. I mean, they really don't mean anything by it. They're just kind of doing their thing. But good lord if it doesn't get me every time. Man, I gotta tell you, I know I talked about this a lot in the very first episode in the series, but I've got games in my library that are specifically... that is what they're doing. They are adventure games. They are specifically made for you to adventure. And not one of them comes close to Kenshi. It's so wild. And nothing, I've been spending 20 episodes walking back and forth the exact same route. And I'm still, every single time, completely enjoying this nice jog pace through all of these lands. It's not everybody's cup of tea, I know that. But it is mine, that's for sure. Every time I come through here, I know that just about anything could happen. It is generally predictable. Like, I know I'm not going to run into the Holy Nation here, but I don't know if I'm going to run into slavers or slave hunters or skin spiders or blood spiders at any given exact spot. It keeps you on your toes. And just the fact that you actually do have to travel. I mean, you could put it on high speed, but there's no fast traveling. Tommy says, blech, breathing in dust here. I hear you, Tommy. It is a giant desert after all. Alright, we're gonna cross right here. Yeah, I enjoy that they did not do anything to make the travel less mundane. They made the world as exciting as it needs to be, and as dynamic and random as it needs to be. And some might argue it could be even more dynamic or more random, but I certainly enjoy it. But then after that, like, the world is the world. They did not do a single thing outside of 3 times speed, which, you know, that's a good quality of life improvement for sure. I have seen people do challenges of 1 time speed, no pause. Certainly is interesting. I could imagine doing that if you were doing 1, maybe 2 characters. I don't think I could do more than 2 characters and really manage that. Although I say that and then I'm managing this, so who knows, maybe that's next. But yeah, I just love that there's like, it's just the world, that's it. Do you want to travel? Travel. There's no fast travel. There's no like zipping straight to a point and having the screen fade to black and your character pops up in the place that you wanted them to be. Sakota with no faction. Oh, it's another lost hiver, huh? No, there's nothing we can do for you, pal. You're hungry too. I wish I could give you food. Ugh. I really wish you could talk to these guys. I know there are mods that let you talk to anybody, but it'd be nice. I'm sure it would be very exploitable if they added it into, if it was ever considered being in the base game. Like, giving these guys food would probably raise relations with somebody. I don't know about lost hivers, but I'd love to give you some food, and I can't. That always bugged me with the various starving factions in the Northeast. My main base was in the northern United Cities in the last run. And not being able to help all the starving bandits and rebel farmers and all those people out there is always a bummer. I think we're going to stop at the way station. Do we need anything? Oh, you know what we can do while we're here? We can look to see if we can get Tommy an old world bow. You know, we do need to stop at the way station because I got a bunch of books and stuff on me, so we'll drop off the books. I also like to do as much of my trade in the tech hunter economy. It doesn't really make a difference to the game, but, you know, from a roleplay / narrative perspective, it kind of feels like bringing all this tech back to tech hunters and their economy feels better than just handing it over to the United Cities. At least trying. You know, let's pump up the economy in the way station before we pump it up in the United Cities. We'll do that secondary to helping out tech hunters. Even though, like I said, it doesn't really affect the game in any way. We'll drop off our books at the way station for sure, which means we'll probably be heading out in the morning, which is good because, you know, again, boosting the economy of the way station where possible. We will sell things in the way station. We'll buy food in the way station. That truly is the best we can do. Prioritizing boosting the economy of tech hunters wherever possible. I really love their approach to music with this game. I really do wish other game developers took this same approach. Red Dead Redemption did a similar thing as well. While Red Dead Redemption also had like straight up songs in the game, both 1 and 2, they had location-based music rather than simply having action-based music. So most games will have like combat music or like music for when you're sneaking or music when you're in a boss battle. And Kenshi very specifically, by design, does not have that. The music is for the world, it's not for you. Much like the game doesn't care about you, neither does the music, and I really, really, really like that. And like I said, Red Dead Redemption did a similar thing. I'm sure some games do as well, where like there are little kind of like music stings here and there when you're in a spot. And it doesn't really have anything to do with what your character's doing. It more is about where you are in the world, what time it is, what the world is going through at that moment, which I like a lot. And that is the entirety of the music for Kenshi. Absolutely love it. I really hope that that stays true in Kenshi 2. I'd love to see that actually expanded upon. Outside of the one song, like, they're not even songs, it's pieces. If you've ever taken a look inside the game files, you can find online at least, people have extracted the game files, and you can get a hold of the music. And it's just little bits and pieces that you can kind of all put together. And so that's what the game does on the fly. It just kind of strings together music out of some various pieces. But there's a very whistly song that plays in the United Cities at dusk and dawn, and it is very aggravating because it is very loud. But aside from that particular song, I really wish there was a lot more music. I love that there are long stretches of quiet. It helps you appreciate the music for sure, but it'd be nice if once the music kicks in, it lasted a little bit longer. A lot of it is really, really nice. Why are you still here, Dreg? I said leave. These guys hear the hustle and bustle of the city as they make their way into the gates. We are going to try to find trespasser, arrest them, not us, right? It's already a mess in here, huh? All right. There is the ranger shop, which we have to go to. Unfortunately, the nav mesh is such that we can't get up that way, so we got to go around anyway. And I do indeed believe, that the farmer shop is on the outer perimeter of the city. So we'll make our run around and we'll end it at the ranger shop, and that should do us just fine. And there we start sprinting. I'll teach you. Let's stop for a second and just see what's going on here. All right, we're fine. Let's keep moving. Whatever is going on is surely to perturb Hammett. There is absolutely nothing good happening right now. Is that a farm station? That is a general shop. You know, we'll stop in there as well and see if they have maps. They won't, but they could. So we'll check. There's a farm shop, and there's a farm shop. There's two farm shops right in front of us. We'll stop in the general shop first. Man, somebody is getting in trouble. I'd love to see who that is. Alright, the general goods store had absolutely nothing of interest, so we are going to carry on. Who is this? A vagrant, Anzu. Well, Anzu, I've got bigger fish to fry. Big money, let's see what they got. If they have a pack bull or a garru, we're going to buy it. I see a garru right there, although I don't know that that's for sale. First, let's actually check to make sure they have backpacks. They do. Bull backpacks with lights. Garru backpack, no light. Garru backpack, that's going to have a light. And what do you have for animals? 10,000, I'm going right to the bottom here. What do you got that's cheap? Oh, a darn near 6,000 cat even. Female garru. And no pack bulls. Alright. Alright then, that's that. Let's get a female garru. Done. Alright, and there we have our brand new addition to the team, Gertrude the garru. Gertie for short. I've already got her loaded up with all the extra stuff we've been carrying. So, fantastic addition to the team. Hopefully we can keep you safe. Welcome. Alright. We're going to stop in this general store. And we're going to make our way over to... Man, it is busy in here, huh? Ooh. There is a diplomat in here. We're just going to leave. We're just going to leave. I don't need anything in there anyway. Oh, you know what I do need? I need something from the travel gear store. There we go. We're gonna go in here. I don't feel like running afoul of the nobles. Having any of those unpleasant conversations. Alright, let's trade. Let's see. We are looking for maps to things we don't know, and we already know everything they have a map for. Alright, I'll tell you what we will get. We'll get a camp kit. We've got plenty of money. We're gonna get a camp kit. We're gonna get all of these bolts. Alright, no maps in the travel gear store, and we see a random civilian says, I wonder if I could ever own a pet garru. Gertie, they are already jealous of your magnificence. Obviously, it is a full tilt panic in Drifter's Last. We are racing this guard out to wherever he's going. We've got to get ourselves out here to this ranger shop. We're going to see. Hope, fingers crossed, they have an old world bow, and that'll make this a perfect journey. Good day, meow. Here to buy? Yes, I am. Let's do business. I see a spring bat. I see a couple of old world bows. Do we have anything that's not $1 million? All right, this is absolutely fantastic. We got a high level old world bow. Gave that to Hammett because he has the highest level crossbow skills and the highest level precision shooting skills. But that means we're able to hand me down to Tommy an old world bow, which makes this a perfect outing. We have a pack animal, a new welcomed member to the team in Gertie. We are panicking in Drifter's Last. Probably time for us to get the heck out of here. But we got everything we came for. The animal and the bow. And I got a bunch of bolts, so we're golden. Alright, it is getting late in the evening. We're going to try to make it back to the outpost tonight. That could be a little bit dangerous. It is kind of late, but I'd rather spend the night in the outpost than here. It'd be nice to see the rest of the team, get everybody back together. Might tell everybody to stick together, and we should move, because it is rather late. But it's absolutely crazy in Drifter's Last right now. There is fighting going on all over that place. And when fighting breaks out and guards get involved, people get turned into slaves, and we really don't need Hammett seeing that. It's nicer for these guys to head back to the rest of the team that they haven't seen in a few days. Let them spend the night in their own home with their loved ones, and they can think about what they're going to do tomorrow. And we can also do some shopping. Need to buy some food and plan a trip. We'll take a look at the map when we settle in for the night. Think about where we're going next and how we're going to get there. I am learning that the one danger of having a garru with me is I have the garru noise with me now at all times. There's like that garru guttural snort they do, and where I'm hearing that every 5 minutes. I suppose I'll get used to it. I'm probably a bit on edge from having been surprised by garru so many times. Alright, we're moving kind of willy-nilly. It is getting late, so that's kind of why we're charging it full ahead. I don't want to get near to the base in the pitch black and just miss it because I don't see the lights over a hill or something, so we want to get eyes on that thing before night falls. Alright, it looks like we, just in time, we are going to make it. It is quite literally getting dark. Oh boy. I can't see a damn thing. I can see the horizon line at the top of the plateau here. That is it. Oh, thank goodness. And there we see the way station, and I see there is something out there. Oh, the way station is just constantly being raided. I'm sure there are bodies out there. The lights come on for the night. We just got to find that front door. I think it's right here. What a welcome sight. What a welcome sight indeed. My word. Someone says, and that's how you fight. Alright. What are we showing up to? We're kind of always showing up to something. Alright, you guys made it. You can calm down. Oh, and let's go say hello to our team members we haven't seen in quite some time. There's a slave trader lying half dead outside of the walls, and we're just going to leave him. I'm sure Hammett spits on him as we walk past. More slave traders. Well, it's nice to see the tech hunters fighting the slave traders. That is good. It looks like these guys might be busy for the night, cleaning up the front gates here. My goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Let's just make sure there are indeed tech hunters here. Let's... Oh, no, you're fine. I'm going to say we'll splint injuries if we need to. Just making sure there's no other tech hunters here. Not worried about anybody else. Alright, we will spend our night... Good lord, we will spend our night cleaning up the town. The least we can do. Alright, these guys are going to start working on clearing this place up. We'll probably take them around to the shops if they are open. It does look like they are, which is good. We'll sell off what we got. We'll probably load up for the trip, clear this place out, and we'll pick up with these guys in the morning when they're ready to head out. We'll take a look at the map then. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I was cleaning out the base. Oh, this is not looking good. I was cleaning out the base, making a nice little pile of bodies here. And it looks like we are being full-on raided. Oh, by slave traders. That is not good. Alright, we're gonna take Gertie and get Gertie out of here. Gertie's gonna have to go stand aside because Gertie really will not be able to fend for herself. We're gonna put her, like, over here somewhere. She can just stand there for now. And these guys are gonna have to get involved. We don't have a choice. We have to. We have to defend our home. That has to happen. We're not hostile with slave traders right now, but it's about to happen. Oh, boy. They're running right past us because they don't realize we are citizens. They think we are just visitors and we have no qualms with them. But little do they know. Oh, Jesus, look at that. That is just awful. All right, let's do this. Do we have a turret up here? We do. Let's get Hammett on the turret. Maybe Hammett can open things up. I'm loath to fire... Oh, look at that. A slave trader with a bounty in the United Cities. I'm loath to fire into tech hunters lest we get ourselves in trouble. Well, let's get Hammett on the turret. He's got good precision shooting skills. We're not going to put anybody on that one. Let's get the camp into the bar for now, and we'll tell them they are second string. We will play... They can play backup if things go wrong, but they'll stand in there for now. We'll take the scout team because we've got the best equipment for this. Oh, this is awful. Gertie, did I not put you outside? I know that I did. We're going to put Gertie out here. Gertie, just go stand over here, please. Go outside, Gertie. This isn't the place for you. All right, Hammett. Why don't you start us off? Shoot at Yoshiyuki. And there he goes. And let's get the rest of everybody else, not Gertie. And let's fire on this guy while those guys are all mixed up on the battlements there. And here come some more slave hunters. Where are they going? They're going inside of there? Drop this guy, please. Drop this guy. Oh. My team's coming outside. Please don't shoot each other in the back of the head. Please, please, please don't do that. Who is this? Who is this? Mercenary Guild. You are enlisted. You are enlisted. Yes. 2,000 bucks one day. Get at it. Get at it, because we are about to... Alright, it looks like everybody from on the walls there ran inside of this shop that I need to not ever be without a shopkeeper. So everybody inside, quick. Not you, Gertie. Not you, Gertie. Oh. What? What? Really? You're just gonna do business with these? I mean, whatever, man. I guess money's money. Alright, hold on. Whoa. Who are you? Okay, you're Zarya. That's fine. What happened? You guys all just calmed down? Oh, no, I'm hearing fighting. I'm hearing... Someone's fighting. Where are we fighting? Did you just get mad at the gate guards? I don't care for this. Whatever, we're gonna make enemies out of these people if we have to. Let's just hold. There's a tentative peace somehow. Somehow, some way, there's a tentative peace here. Someone's firing on somebody. Into the bar. Into the bar. We gotta keep eyes on this. Gertie, you just stay where you are. There's some type of tentative peace I don't trust. See? This is why I don't trust it. Everybody except for Gertie in the bar. And we're gonna help. We said we would. Let's get Temperance out of the way. I just want to get these guys... It's very chaotic in here. I want to get these guys out of being lined up with each other. And where do we got slave traders? That's a tech hunter. That's a slave trader. You're committing a crime? Not anymore. Nice. Good job. And team over here. Why don't you attack the down one? My mercenary guild doesn't seem to care. I thought you guys were going to help me here. Let's attack this target. Oh, there we go. There we go. This one. Please don't shoot each other in the back of the head. It's way too cluttered in here. We shouldn't be firing crossbows in here, but... You stand right there. All right, looking good, looking good, looking good. Where's Gertie? Gertie's still out here. That's nice. Glad to see it, Gertie. Hammett's running outside for some reason. I think we turned this back into a problem. It looked like there was a tentative peace, but we turned it back into an issue. I mean, they were fighting in the bar, so, you know, that's that. You fight in the bar, you get dropped. That's the deal. That's the deal. All right, it looks like it's all better now. Who got hurt? Any one of ours? Yes. Carthaginian got hurt. Carthaginian, that's fine. You'll be okay. Oh my goodness, what was supposed to be a quiet night. Removing intruders turns a little chaotic. It's gonna be a little hard to defend this place. I wanna get the team away. We now have a gang of mercenaries for a day. Alright. And you didn't do shit. You didn't do anything to help. Alright. I'm gonna see how many more of these guys I can clear out before morning. Alright, my goodness, I don't know how much of that I'm gonna edit out or how I'm gonna make any sense of that in editing, but I'm sure I left enough in that it was apparent that the way station was raided by a large number of slave traders, and these guys decided that they had to get involved, which I said we would do every time they get raided from now on. And so they did that, but then I spent an unbelievable amount of time moving bodies outside of the way station walls. My goodness, I'm actually doing this in 2 parts because I had to take a break after moving all those bodies. So we are picking up early in the morning. These guys are ready to go. They've got their packs loaded with food and supplies for the trip. We have, unfortunately, some mercenaries with us. I guess, you know, it is what it is. I should have had Carthaginian or somebody else hire these mercenaries so they would stay here and help protect, because there still are a few slave traders kicking around, and there is a gigantic pile of bodies. Who are you? Drifters. All right. Here's a pile of bodies. They've been getting up through the night and kind of wandering off, but that's probably the dead ones. All right, my goodness. Let's do this. Let's take a look at the map and think about what it is we are going to do. Now, first and foremost, I think I mentioned the place I am interested in heading, I believe, is, there it is, right here. And that is actually pretty darn far away. My goodness, it's so far away I can't get everything in the picture at once. No, I cannot. The shortest distance between 2 paths is this way, but my goodness, we are not doing that. We don't know this area yet. We don't know if we'll be able to see roads in here. We don't know what any of that's going to look like. So we're going to take the longest distance between 2 points. We're going to take the way that we know and run the coast. We've been up to Watcher's Rim, and that's actually kind of interesting. We might think about that. We might rethink as we get to places where we can take a moment to rethink. I'm sure this will be a multi-day trip for these guys. It is quite possible we could run through here because we could catch this river. And this river leads right out to the inlet, and that would be a really good way to tell that we were close to that ruin. It's very interesting. I'm very much interested in this ruin and not so much interested in traveling beyond, although we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'd like to make contact with the tech hunters before I make contact with other people, but we'll see. You don't always get what you want in Kenshi. It just would be nice to establish some further relations with other tech hunters before we get deep into the world of Kenshi. All right, here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to try to get out to the Lost Armory. I think we can get there in 1 day's journey. And we'll reassess from there. We will head out that way. And like I said, we are good to go. These guys have said their goodbyes to the rest of the team. Apologized for leaving things in such a state. Having just been raided and all. But I think everybody knows that in Kenshi, there is literally no time like the present. Because if you're waiting for the perfect time, it's not going to come. What will come are more raids, more evil, awful people, more skin spiders, more of all of it. We'll take our mercenaries with us. Unfortunately, we can't tell them to hang out. They're gonna break off in a minute anyway. 18 hours. They'll get us out to the armory. Maybe, because we see how they like to peel off and go fight skin spiders, so this might help us make good time out to the armory, if anything. I think the modus operandi here is going to be adventure and tech hunt. I think from this point forward, they're here to see the world and explore the world. They are the scout team, so they're going to scout. I mean, that's what we did in Shun. We scouted really well. It doesn't mean we're going to actually put boots on the ground in every single inch of the map, but at least find out that there are places where we should not put our boots on the ground. Like, at some point, I really want to do peek down into the crater and let these guys see a whole gaggle of beak things. But yeah, I say that because I think what we'll probably be doing is adventuring our way up to that ruin. We've got a good bit of distance between the armory or that ancient science lab, and the ruin we're heading to. And it might be difficult to not explore further, although we do have Tomy with us. We're heading into what I imagine these guys probably know as Hyver territory. I would imagine they know that. And like I said, I think they kind of know what I know. And I know a bunch, but not too much. Just enough from playing a couple years. Ah, what is this? Why? Fighting for Master? Oh my god. Alright, we gotta go. We're gonna run. If our mercenaries want to stop and fight for us, that'd be great. But if not, we're gonna... Whoa, go, 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 go. Don't stop. Alright, some of our mercenaries stopped. These guys are attacking enemies for some reason. You don't even hate us. There's probably a noble in there somewhere. Let's take a look. This is what I was worried about when we were not in a great position. They will go out and just hunt sometimes. Self-preservation. They might not have a noble with them. It literally could be. Sometimes they will literally just attack people for sport. United cities are a bummer. We're going to keep going. Hopefully our mercenaries handle that. If they don't, if one breaks off, two breaks off, three break off, ugh, not good. We're going to keep running. We're going to keep running. Oh, he turned away. I was going to say he's catching up. We're going to have to deal with him, but we're going to go. There is no way we could stand up to them. Not with our setup and our team. We lost our mercenaries. I guess it was good that we had them with us. Thank you, mercenaries. Yeah, you're not going to make it, but thank you. But yeah, I think I was saying, I think these guys know as much as I do. Which is a nice general amount of knowledge, and that's probably what you would know if you live in Kenshi. At minimum, you'd know have a nice general amount of knowledge, and the camp is getting attacked. Alright. Let's get these guys across the river. Let's put them over there. Well, it looks like Tetsuya took care of whatever it was. Let's go check on him. Alright, those guys were fine. There were just some slave traders getting up. There was a couple of slave traders that I could not move. I was not able to pick up, so as they are gaining consciousness, they are crawling into the base, intent on attacking. Bring these guys back down to a jog. Let them save their energy for more important things, like fighting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It is a very busy day today. Now unpause. Quill got nervous about something. Started sprinting, and there he's fighting somebody. Oh, Jesus. There are a couple of rebel farmers, and that is unfortunate. Hammett says, surely it can't get any worse, right? Let's run over this way. Stop right there. Gertie out that way. And you guys can go ahead and fight. Come on. Quill, please don't get hit. Come on. Gertie, let's pull you out here. And you can not stay close to Tomy. And let's pull everybody but Gertie away just a little bit if we can. Getting some space here. We can get a little bit of space and someone's going after Gertie. We're gonna have to just run away from these guys, huh? Let's get out. Let's circle back in front of these guys. I don't want anybody attacking Gertie. Let's see if we can attack these guys. Alright, drop one. You guys over this way. Attack. Quill. Is someone else over here? Are you carrying a crossbow? Quill, you work on this person. Who also has a crossbow. Oh, Jesus. Gertie! Gertie? That was my bad. I think I moved you, Gertie. Let's get you over here. Alright, the team is in melee range. Don't love it. Let's take a look. We're all doing some melee fighting. Not my favorite thing. Our legs are getting hurt. Not cool. Let's back away. Back away. Turn. Fire. Tomy, out of the way. Drop one. Everybody except Gertie. Attack. Actually, we're going to take Quill and keep him on the other crossbow. User. Dropped. Beautiful. Fire, fire, fire. Drop. Nice. Alright. Hammett, please do not shoot Quill's head. Thank you. You can attack from here. Nice. Alright. I feel bad for these guys. Oh, Lord. Alright. We're going to first aid him. I feel like they don't have any better options. They're making bad decisions. Oh my god, I'm helping your stupid friends. I'm trying to help you. Alright. Back up. Where did you guys come from? Where did like 10 more of you guys come from? Over here. Where'd Gertie go? Alright, we're gonna get some good distance away from these guys if we can. I don't know that we can. Let's do this. Everybody just sprint. It's probably Gertie slowing us down. It was. That's okay. Don't you worry, Gertie. Don't you worry. Let's put Hammond over here. Everybody except for Gertie. Gertie, you go out over that way. Everybody else, attack. Dropped him. Nice. Come on, drop some more. Drop some more. Do it, do it, do it. Fire! Quill took a hit. That's okay. They're dropping people. It's beautiful. I love it. Let's step back a bit. Hammett, out over here. Tommy, out over here. Everyone except Gertie. Turn and fire. Dropped him. And yeah, you guys can help each other out while this person steps up. Quill, while you're getting patched up, why don't you shoot at this fool? I was gonna help you guys, now I'm not going to. How's that sound? Gertie, you can get back to Tommy. Let's make sure everybody's doing okay. Temperance needs some help. Oh my god. More rebel farmers. Beat it. Alright, let's let Gertie catch up. You're okay, Gertie, right? Yeah, you're 100% fine. These guys took a little bit of a beating, but they're okay. They're alright. Alright, with that unpleasantness behind us, these guys are going to continue on their way. They took a few lumps, but it's not that big of a deal. I think these guys know they are going to have to really start fighting for themselves, especially if they're going to be leaving this area that they have known to be somewhat safe. Alright, and I think the plan is still the same. We're going to try to get to that armory, maybe. That might be out of range for us at this point, but I think we're going to try to push as far as we can. They'll go as far as they can until the sun starts to set, and then they can rest up and heal their injuries and stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's good. They have not gotten into too many dust-ups, certainly not melee fights. So, raising their toughness in terms of game mechanic parlance is a good thing, but I think they also probably know that's a good thing. They're going to have to harden up. They've really lucked out with how relatively safe it is around here. And they're certainly going to have to start dealing with more people who want to attack them. And I'd imagine they definitely know that rebel farmers are the least of their concerns. If they can't handle some rebel farmers, they probably shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And that sentence right now is actually true. They can just barely handle rebel farmers, so it's going to be interesting. Ooh, there's some movement, a great deal of movement out there. We'll get up over onto the other side of the shore, and we'll see who that is. I don't think Quill, by any stretch of the imagination, wants to pit these guys into 2 battles in one day. Any good leader would allow his people to rest before getting them into another fracas. Certainly not one that looks to be with a much bigger force. United Cities. Very interesting. Can we go high here? We might do that. Can we get up here? Let's see if we can go high. After our run-in with the United Cities earlier in the morning, I think avoiding any other United Cities is probably something these guys will do from now on. Until such time as they are ready to... Oop. Well, started running. Skin spiders. Skin spiders right there. Yeah, until such time as they are ready to actually take the battle to the United Cities, I imagine they will avoid the United Cities. We're going to see if we can run away. We have to run back down to run away. That's not fun. Alright, that's fine. We can stay behind the United Cities. Maybe, just maybe, we'll go high on this side and cut this way. Oh, it looks like they're going high. Nice. That's good. Good, good, good. Cool, we'll tell everybody to stick together. Hope, beyond all hope, that the United Cities don't see us from there. They would probably leave us alone anyway, but like I said, they're probably a little on edge after their run-in this morning. Now, considering they are a little bit bruised, they certainly could stop in this library and rest, but, you know, like I said, while I do think any good leader would not rush your team headlong into a second fight, let them heal up properly, I do think that this team probably knows that they are in good enough shape to keep marching. It's a risk, for sure, but everything's a risk. The hope is that they don't run into any other danger. Or if they do, they see it before it sees them. What I am going to do is we're going to cut across. We're going to cut across the tops of these plateaus, I think. We've done it in the past. We're going to do it again. It's a bit shorter than running out to the coast, considering all that we have to do. And that's kind of my main goal. I want to get somewhere out this way. Somewhere out here. If not here. I don't think we're going to make it to there, but somewhere out that way so that we can pick up in the next episode with an adventure that takes us into a place where these guys have not been before. And also into a place that I'm not super familiar with. A lot of the western side of the map, north and south, as Quill starts to sprint, a lot of the western side of the map I came to at a time where I could just click on the map and ignore things. So I don't know the areas too well. Yeah, I spent most of my time on the eastern side of the map, and the northeastern side at that. All of the western adventuring we did was basically clicking on the map and letting the a very powerful team at the time just kind of do what they were going to do. It was a team that I was relatively certain could handle whatever might bump into them, and so I just let them go until the tab turned orange. Seems Quill is just generally on edge today. He keeps sprinting every once in a while. Certainly not a safe place, and we've been through here before. We see a skin spider up in the grasses there. There's a goat right ahead of us. We'll leave him alone. We have no need for his meat. He's probably not long for this world walking around out here by himself anyway, but we've got enough food. He's not even hurt. He's just by himself. Interesting. We're going to kind of keep heading off in that direction. We'll reassess in a bit. It's early enough in the day that if we got distracted by something wanting to eat us, we could just bail to the coast if we had to and rethink our strategy. But yeah, I think I was saying like 20 minutes ago, as we were getting attacked and then attacked and then attacked again, these guys know as much as I know, and I know that the area we're going to is generally a hiver area. And I think what I was starting to say was it's going to be hard to resist the temptation to venture further north and meet the hivers. But we've got Tommy with us, and he's a no-hive. He will not be treated too kindly in hiver territory. So it might behoove us to explore this ruin and then make ourselves scarce. Gertie, I think you're a good omen. We haven't gotten jump-scared yet. Maybe you're warding off the other garru. They think this is your territory. Oh, I am going to miss the relatively tranquil plains of Shun. This is a very beautiful area. It is, if I recall, though, basically dead, right? Yeah. It's such a bummer. Doesn't look like it is. It doesn't necessarily look dead, but I get why it would be. Certainly from a gameplay perspective. If it wasn't dead, it would be inhabited. But it is quite serene. Outside of the occasional roaming band of skin spiders, it's quite lovely here. Alright, Gertie, you are a good luck omen, because we are no longer getting jump scared. This is nice. This is very nice. We move with impunity. We should see... It might not render in, but we should see the village that we recently raided. Which means not too far ahead of us should be the armory. And I think we should comfortably make it there before nightfall, if we don't get into any trouble. Yeah, there we see the lost library that is down in that little ravine there. But we should be just fine to make it to the armory by nightfall. We may have to pick up the pace. We'll pick up the pace at like 1800, 6 p.m. It should be just in that little inlet over there. I think I see some skin spiders just over this hill here. We're going to get to the top of the hill and we'll stop. I do indeed see skin spiders, and it looks like, are they going to tangle with the garru? They are. Let's take advantage of that. Let's keep going. I was going to go up again to that plateau, but we're going to stay here. Oh, no. The garru did not tangle with the skin spiders. We'll go right. We'll go behind. That's a lot of skin spiders. Oh, there they go. It looks like they might be turning. And they duck behind a hill, so my frame rate goes nuts and my camera starts to freak out, but they duck behind that hill and hopefully they are engaging with garru. Otherwise, they will very likely see us as we head off in this direction, but I think it is the best course of action. And there we see the ruined village with the lost library. Ooh, 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 ooh. skin spiders are thinking that it might be time to turn around, huh? Will's gonna yell for everyone to turn around and stick together. Eek, eek, eek. Not good, not good. How you doing, Gertie? You're keeping up nicely, right? Yeah. We have a lot more to think about in our travels now, because we can't take Gertie inside anywhere. So not only do we have to find a place that's safe, we have to find a place that is clear. We may have to clear the perimeters of the places that we are actually staying in, and I may have to send people out to do some guard duty patrolling when we make these temporary outposts. It's kind of interesting and also unfortunate that the developers of Kenshi decided you should be able to pick up a 6,000-pound animal and throw it over your back to carry it inside, but it can't walk inside on its own. I actually would like that if it was the opposite. Not being able to pick them up also means that I can't put animals in sleeping bags, and you can't command them to use a sleeping bag either. So they will heal very slowly. You know, as they're approaching this armory, they're probably saying like, hey, we've got this pack beast with us now. If we leave it outside, it's dinner. It is going to get eaten, or it's going to attract people. We could probably make it out to this tech lab. It's a dangerous gambit. If we don't just make it, it's going to be very dark, and we're not going to be able to make a different decision. And I do believe we could just make it. The issue will be is if there is like 100 skin spiders sitting right outside. We're going to have to deal with that. But Gertie for sure can be brought to a safe place at that laboratory. We can bring her up the ramp, and we can certainly walk her inside and close the large gate behind us, so it is the smartest thing for these guys to do. And like I said, I imagine they're probably thinking that themselves, like, hey, this is skin spider territory. If we leave this pack beast outside, it's just going to be ringing the dinner bell for gorillos and spiders. We've got about 2 hours of in-game time with just the slightest bit of daylight at the end of that. We're going to try to make sure we don't stop anywhere. And we 100% cannot be stopping for anything right now. We're going to keep our eyes peeled, and we're going to try to avoid any interactions at all costs. And there we see the ancient lab. I'm going to give a click over there. Hopefully these guys will run right to it. We can see it on the horizon. That's a good thing, too, because if it does get a little too dark to navigate, we will see its silhouette along the skyline as the sun sets. We can use that as a guiding light, so to speak. We're still far enough away it hasn't rendered in. There is a skin spider directly in front of us, of course. I mean, you know, we're due for something. We ran a long way without running into anything. How many skin spiders? How many? Do I want to go behind this thing? Let everything load. I lost sight of the skin spider. We're going to run up over here. It is a perfectly healthy skin spider. Run off to the side just a little bit. It sees us. I don't know if I want to try to outrun it or just deal with it. Might try to outrun it. It might lose interest in us. If not, we'll deal with it when we get closer. We certainly don't want to be breaking up to make a firing line down here. I want to do that on top of the plateau next to the ramp. If it gets too dark to see, I want to be able to find the ramp by feel alone. Oh, nice. There we go. We literally just made it. That is a gorgeous sight. My word. This game is quite beautiful. Do we have a skin spider coming up behind us? It does not look like we do. Oh, yes we do. Idiot skin spider. Alright, like I said, we're going to get right next to the ramp, and we'll deal with it there if it's still following us. If it's not still following us, so be it. We're going up the ramp, and we'll shut the gate behind us. Man, that thing must be hungry. We're also moving pretty slow, because Gertie is not that fast. How fast are you, Gertie? 18 miles an hour? Not bad. Not bad. If Garru are anything like pack bulls, no matter what her speed says, she'll never actually be fast enough to keep up with us. She'll always be kind of a burden in that regard. Alright, let's all stop right here. Quill, move up a bit. And this is why you have long-range bows. Gertie! Gertie! What are you fools doing? What are you fools doing? You have bows. You all have bows. You have everything you need. Everybody back here. Everybody back here. Everybody, get over here. Gertie, I'm going to put you... We're going to put Gertie up here. Get up there, Gertie. Just yell at Gertie to head up the hill. Take her off staying close to Tommy. We'll let this thing get a little bit closer. We've got 100 yards on these bows. You should be firing from where you are. Everybody spread out. All right, Quill, don't shoot Tommy in the back of the head, please. Thank you very much. And let's see. Can you guys drop this thing? Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Right foreleg. Temperance, you got to back up. Back up. Come on, guys. All right, Tommy, I said up the... Or Gertie, rather, I said up the platform. Temperance, don't run at the spider. Do not run at the spider. Everybody away. Everybody except for Gertie, let's get some distance on this spider. My goodness. Quill, over here. I completely believe in you guys. I know you can do this. God damn, you literally cannot do this. Alright, back up a little. Let's run around and back towards the ramp. Away from the spider. Away from the spider. And turn and fire. Everyone except for Gertie. Attack. Come on. Night. Oh! Man, this thing really likes Temperance, huh? Temperance, back up. Keep going, Temperance. I think we got both its legs. We got 2 legs. It should be moving nice and slow now. Beautiful. Everyone except for Gertie. Back up again. Beautiful. Attack. Come on, guys. Drop this thing. Anybody want to make a shot? Come on. Come on. There you go. Tommy, do the honors. Alright, my goodness. These guys are a little rusty, huh? They have to get their adventuring legs back under them. Alright, well with that done, let's head inside and set up a little temporary outpost for ourselves in a place that we can bring Gertie inside of. I love it. Let's get everybody in here. I don't think anything would have moved in here while we were gone, but I can't stress how bad that would be if we found something in here. We're going to go up a floor. Just make sure we don't draw the attention of anything while we're here. All right, well, I think that's where we're going to leave it. These guys have had quite an adventurous couple of days. A few more battles under their belts, and now they have a brand new team member, Gertie the Garru, which I'm very glad to see join the team. When we come back, I think these guys are going to be going further north than they have ever been before. But we'll do that in the next episode, so subscribe for more Kenshi, and I'll see you next time.